Now, you heard early in the programme about a Real Radio investigation to the availability of the abortion pill on the internet. The investigator, Maddii Lown, joins me now from Real Radio. Many thanks for joining me. Such an amazing thing to find out, that you can buy an abortion pill on the internet.
Yeah.
How did this come to light for you?
Well, we just heard someone talk to us about the fact that they heard along the grapevine that this could be done, and so I just got on the internet straight away and did a Google search. Just put in buying abortion pill online and was so shocked. Dozens of sites came up offering it as little as £35. All you have to do is type in your card details, no questions asked. You can't prove what you're buying, and it gets delivered to your door.
So just to stick with what the guidelines to an abortion pill are, ordinarily it can be available but prescribed via a doctor.
Yeah. If you live in England, Wales or Scotland, Northern Ireland it's different because abortion is still illegal, you can go through the NHS, it's free. You have to have 2 doctors' signatures, so that's where it starts getting a bit complicated. But then you go to an abortion clinic, like South Manchester Private Clinic or somewhere, and they will issue the pill. But the important thing is you've got to take the pill in front of a nurse, and the nurse has got to do checks like blood tests, they do scans on you, they do scans after you've taken the pills, 3 weeks after, and there's someone there for you to talk to. And if you need to phone up about any problems, if you're worried about it, you get scared, you can ring someone, there's a 24-hour line. You don't get that if you order it on the internet.
So let's talk about the possible dangers of, I don't know, a 15-year-old on the internet ordering an abortion pill. What are the dangers for her? Well,
firstly, the doctor we spoke to yesterday said the biggest thing he was worried about is the fact that it makes the decision too easy, because it almost trivialises it. It makes it just, you know, oh my gosh, I'm pregnant, I don't want this baby. OK, I'll get on the internet, I'll buy an abortion pill, I'll take it. Oh, maybe that was the wrong decision. It's too late. And so that's one danger, the psychological problems you're going to go through afterwards. The other thing is you don't know what you're taking. There's no proof this is actually what it says in the box. They could be sending you jelly beans for all you know, really. And if it doesn't work, you've got nowhere to check that it hasn't worked, and you've got no one to check that there's not been complications. You could end up having, I mean, I'm not saying they're all fake, but you could end up having a pregnancy that ends up getting worse because you tried to abort it and you've not managed.
OK, just playing devil's advocate here for a second, is this just not a sign of the times? We want everything conveniently.
Well, this is what the people from Abortion Rights we spoke to were saying, that they said that, you know, abortion is accepted. There were 200,000 abortions in England last year, and that, you know, this is a sign saying that it needs to be made easier for people. It's too complicated. As I say, you've got to go through 2 doctors. If you live in a small village, perhaps you're 15, your dad's best friends with your doctor, then you're not going to want to speak to your doctor about it, are you, in case you think your doctor's going to tell your dad? They won't, but you're worried about that. And also, if you live quite rurally, you can't get to a hospital or a clinic, you'd be worried about going in, getting back. It could be a nuisance. It might just seem like a safer option.
So what sort of guidelines do we need in place to prevent somebody just being able to log on and order it?
Well, it's so difficult, isn't it? Because the internet's completely unregulated. You can't stop someone from ordering anything on the internet. You've just got to make them more aware about it. I think it's all about education and letting people know there is a place to go to. And, you know, if you do need to go through this procedure, it's a horrible time. There are people you can speak to. You can speak to people at Brook, at Murray Stopes. Your doctor will be there for you. And it's just really important that women know that, you know, they're not at a dead end. I mean, it's an awful time for any woman to think they want to abort their baby, but to be doing it alone and, you know, just with an internet there, it's not safe.
I think perhaps going forward, which is just an abyss of trying to put guidelines to something, the internet has a lot to answer for, doesn't it? I mean, we've got tanning pills, slimming pills, the morning after pill, which for me now, this abortion pill is one step on from there.
I think a lot of people are worried that this abortion pill is a one step on from there. It's not at all. It's completely different. People don't realise there's a lot of psychological problems you go through. It's painful. Taking this pill is painful. And, like, a lot of blood and stuff. It's really not a very nice procedure to go through. You're not warned about that. Taking the morning after pill is a little bit different. You don't necessarily have any side effects. And people, you know, it is a contraception. It's an emergency contraception. This is not contraception. This is, you know, a medical procedure that needs to be taken seriously.
OK, Maddii, thank you so much for bringing this to our attention. Many thanks.